Duchess of Cambridge Stakes. Here's Alan.
Set. They're off. Racing away 6 furlongs in the Group 2 Duchess of Cambridge Stakes. Early speed from the far side, the most experienced Argentine Tango. In the centre there is Mood Queen moving up, and with the orange cap showing handily is Spicy Marg. It's 2 lengths away to Shine On Me, the red cap, then the hot favourite Venetian Sun, with Royal Fixation out the back of the field. It is Spicy Marg near side under Kieran Schumacher, leading perhaps narrowly from Mood Queen over toward the far side. They race in 2 groups of 3 now. It's Spicy Marg, Mood Queen. They're racing a little bit apart. Then the first 2 positions. Shine On Me is next behind those, and then Argentine Tango. Venetian Sun very much held together, and then Royal Fixation. They're racing out towards the final quarter of a mile. Shaken up for more now. Shine On Me tries to make the effort alongside Spicy Marg. Here comes Venetian Sun down the centre. Now wants to go about her business. Far side, Argentine Tango ridden for more. Mood Queen dropping away. Royal Fixation near side is staying on. Venetian Sun now with the call as they rise the hill inside the final half. Royal Fixation, trying hard near side. Venetian Sun and Royal Fixation, not much in it on the run to the line. Venetian Sun scrambles home, remains unbeaten. Won the Duchess of Cambridge over Royal Fixation. Clear then from Argentine Tango, Shine On Me, Spicy Marg and Mood Queen.
Glided into it. It got gritty in the end. Venetian Sun has held on grimly here for Clifford Lee and Karl Burke to remain unbeaten and to win at Group 2 level. The Royal Ascot winner follows up here at the July Festival, not always easy to do, and she's beaten the once-raced Royal Fixation, who was flashed home down the stand side under that man William Buick again. For Ed Walker, the 2nd consecutive day that he's taken the runners-up spot in the feature juvenile race. He's loaded in that department as well, but Karl Burke would have been a very, very dejected man if this filly had been beaten. She nearly was.
Yeah, and for much of the race, you're watching her in isolation and thinking, well, how far is she going to win by today? Because she's clearly tanked her way through the race, through the middle of the pack, cut through them and followed them through very, very easily indeed. And my instinct is to not be in any way negative about Venetian Sun and the fact that she's been made to dig it out in the end. It's more to be very positive about Royal Fixation in second.
They're a long way clear of the others.
And the pair are a long way clear. So I think we're dealing with two very talented fillies here, and yes, it's got close in the end, but in fairness, Venetian Sun never really had an opportunity to show what there was left in the tank if she had have really been tackled and there'd been a bit more of a protracted duel between them. So I certainly wouldn't be negative about the long odds on favourite for all that the distance has got close in the end. I think she's an impressive filly, impresses with her attitude and how she goes through a race. She stays really straight on this track as well when she's asked to go about her business and win a race. And like I say, I think she's beaten probably a very good horse as well in second.
Royal Fixation was not necessarily racing quite as kindly as the winner for much of this race. She was almost as though everything was happening a little bit quickly for her, and she was doing it all on one breath slightly.
Certainly early on, but then she snaps on the bridle in the middle of the race, just on that side shot after a furlong and a half or so. She was going very well again, but this point she gets a little bit lost, and then she powers her way up the hill. She's obviously a little bit less experienced, and she doesn't glide through the race in the manner that Venetian Sun does. I do think that if the winner had been challenged for longer, there might have been more there for her to fight out and find a little bit more. She's obviously very late on the scene, and she doesn't have an opportunity to show whether that was there.
Unibet have given us a slip for the Guineas, 12 and 14 the winner. They've also given us a quote for the Lowther, 2-1 Venetian Sun for the Lowther. Now, if the runner-up and the winner met one another in the Lowther at York in a month's time, or 6 weeks' time, how would you bet?
Well, it's difficult to know exactly what the...
sorry, who would you prefer? Sorry, would be a better...
Venetian Sun. Yeah, I really like the runner-up, but I think the way that Venetian Sun glides through a race is the way that she sort of gets a position and travels and does it very easily. It'll be very well suited by the demands in York.
They're going to, they're going to have to run in a Group 1 now, aren't they? Wouldn't you think? With the winner?
Next time?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Now they've won their Group 2. Would you give it a go in the morning? Karl Burke likes taking horses to Deauville or the Moigler.
Yeah, I mean the morning. I don't think the morning would worry you too much, would it? I think she'd certainly have a good chance there. And she looks like a filly that could pretty much deal with anything. She's been to different courses. I think if the ground was a little bit softer, it probably wouldn't bother her either, to be honest. And she's bred to train on. So I do like her. Will she be a Guineas filly for next year? She's not certain to be, is she, on pedigree? Obviously the first crop of Starman, but he was very much a sprinter. The mare has produced a couple of other fast horses, like Sir Yoshi, admittedly by Memas. She did stay a little bit better herself, Jahara. She got beyond a mile later on in her career. So it's mixed signals. She might have a chance stretching out, and she is very relaxed. She doesn't have the attitude and demeanour necessarily of just an all-out sprinter. So I think she has a chance of developing into a Guineas filly.
The Group 2 Duchess of Cambridge has gone to Karl Burke, Clifford Lee with Venetian Sun, and everything looked to be going perfectly as planned. She travelled really strongly, and then a bit of a fright near the line.
Yeah, it was so. No, the race planned out perfect. I knew sort of which horses I was following. It was just a matter of trying not to hit the front too soon on that rising ground. I almost felt like when I give her a squeeze and sort of asked her to lengthen, she done it correctly, and then just sort of got to the front too soon and started to prick her ears a bit in front.
So she got complacent and thought, I've won this.
Yeah, she thought her race was finished, and that's when William Buick was coming at me pretty quick.
Yeah, and then the two of you finished well clear, though. I suspect it's still, a super performance.
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, my filly is a nice filly. If I had something else to take me into the race a bit more, then I think she would have won a bit further. But no, I'd say the first two horses are nice.
She's got such substance, hasn't she, for a two-year-old, which gives you such promise for the future.
She's a lovely filly. She's everything's there. She's built correct. She's very relaxed and laid back. Her mindset is beautiful. Even after the race, it's not like she had a race. But no, she's a lovely filly, and I'd like to see her a lot as a 3-year-old when she's bigger and stronger.
And she's got an entry in the Moy Glare later on in the season. I suppose the Mornay could also be an option. Would 7 furlongs, if it was the Moy Glare, be within her comfort?
Yeah, no, that's it. I remember the boss after Ascot, he said he's not sure if he would keep her at 6 or up her to 7 yet. She would definitely stay 7. She's a very relaxed filly. She's not a keen type. As long as she comes out of this very sound, I'm sure Karl and the owners are sort of plan ahead.
And I don't want to overhype her, because clearly she's won a Group 3 and a Group 2 and she's a 2-year-old. But from your perspective, how good do you feel, in your judgment and your experience, that she might be?
Look, she's won a Group 2 today. She's unbeaten. She's a lovely filly. She works very well at home. She works all over horses that are rated much higher. But as long as we can bring it to the track, we'll be happy.
Okay. Clifford, congratulations.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you. Well, she's won. She's won her Group 2, the Duchess of Cambridge. Karl Burke, of course, is Venetian Sun's trainer. She travelled through the race so powerfully. Just that little fright at the end.
Certainly was. No, fair play to Ed's horse. She seemed to quicken up. I haven't seen a replay of the race yet. I mean, talking to Cliff, I think we were in front probably a little bit sooner than we would have liked, and maybe Cliff thinks she was just dossing in front. But as I was saying to the guys there earlier, we haven't really trained her for today. We've just sort of ticked her over and came because we had such a strong chance on the book. So hopefully there's some more improvement in her.
She's still, your eye is drawn to her. She still has class, hasn't she?
She's a beautiful filly, and she's so powerful. She's a very mature filly for a filly that's really bred to be a 3-year-old. Obviously Starman's a big influence as well, and he looks like he's going to be a superstar stallion. So I just think there's a huge future for her, as long as always you need them to stay sound and healthy, and if she does, I think there's a big future for her.
Obviously there'll be a conversation with the owners, but where are you thinking you might go? Because she's got the Moy Glare over 7. I was wondering whether the Mornay might also come into your mind.
She's in the Mornay. If we hadn't have come here, it would have been a choice Mornay or Lowther. I'd say the Lowther is out now because we'd have a penalty, and we've already won our Group 2. So I would imagine we'll have a look at the Mornay. If we're happy and everything looks good, we could go there, or we could wait for the Moy Glare.
And do you feel that 7 furlongs is comfortably within her comforts this season?
You can see the way she relaxes in her races, and I don't know the splits on the times, but it didn't look as though they're going over quick there, and she just travels away, and you could leave her there as long as you liked, and then use that turn of foot that she showed, sort of probably going into the dip and hit at the furlong marker. I think she was a couple of lengths clear, and then she just started to pull up a little bit, but I don't think 7's any problem.
And it's a long way away. But next year, the 1,000 Guineas a mile, could she get that?
I think so. Pedigree says she could. Starman, obviously, he has a stallion. He has to prove it. He was only a 6-furlong horse. I don't think he ran over 7, did he?
No, I don't think he did.
No, but look, she's a big, powerful filly. I think her attitude and her mental attitude will help her get that, and certainly worth a try anyway.
You obviously won an Irish Guineas with Fallen Angel. She was a very, very smart filly. But how much does this one excite you? You were talking about, I sensed you were saying that what she's been doing at home is very unusual in your experience.
For sure, yeah. I mean, the likes of Fallen Angel and Lawrence, they wouldn't be able to do that, what she's showing at this stage. And maybe not at any stage, the speed she can show. So if she does stay, I think she can be very, very good.
Okay, well, she's kept her unbeaten record intact. Congratulations. I'll let you go and pore over what happened and enjoy it as well. And I look forward to seeing what you do with her next.
Thanks, Lydia. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.